Good evening, and a Happy New Year's to you. My name is Kahdmiel Bradley, and I'm the president of United in Peace, Inc., and this is the Bradley Report. First off, let me say to God be the glory, and I'd like to let everyone know that this show wouldn't be possible without the chairman of United in Peace, Inc., and the producer of this show, and she helped me by directing me on what topics she feel will bring an interest to you, because as you know, your opinion counts on this show. Okay, they're respected and they expect it. And her name is none other than Mrs. Terry Marsh Bradley. I got a personal knack for that woman. But the issue that we have here this evening, coming into this year, everybody know about Donald Trump and his battle with Bannon, who was his strategist to help him become the president. And now the new book come out, Fire and Fury, that shows a lot of bad things. Y'all know about the news, so I'm not going to waste time with that. I'm going to get into the real meat of what's happening here in the state of Illinois. As you know, everybody's been talking about transparency from Governor Ronner, and we haven't seen it. And we know the importance of the Illinois lottery to the point that when the budget was held up and individuals that paid to play couldn't get paid when they won, now we realize that one of the problems, from what I'm reading, is that there's an ethics problem that's clouding a $2 billion contract where they was trying to give the lottery to a private contractor who happened to be the only bidder. And it's my understanding that a former employee by the name of Nancy Kimmy, that's K-I-M-M-E, who was a staffer in the controller's office before Miss Mendoza became the controller. She got in touch with a young lady by the name of Miss Odom, who used to be the executive director for the Illinois Republican Party, and she gave her a job for the state up under the administration of Governor Ronner. And the job was for her to oversee the lottery. But she didn't disclose the fact that she knew Miss Kimmy, and Kimmy ended up becoming a lobbyist for the individuals who got the $2 billion contract, which is, I believe, is Camelot. And Miss Odom, she didn't let the procurement officer know that she knew Kimmy and she knew the other lobbyists for Camelot, yet she made sure that Camelot get the $2 billion contract. Well, one of the wonderful things about the Tribune's investigation and the story that they put in the paper is that when it got exposed, Miss Odom resigned from that position that Kimmy, a former employee in the controller's office, gave to her. That seems somewhat criminal, but then I'm not the Attorney General, and I'm not a U.S. Attorney. I'm just saying I hope they don't do anything that's wrong to stop the lottery, because I'm trying to win that 500-some million that they got out there, and I told my wife I'll split it with her, and we'll split it with the kids. But all I'm saying is, hey, that's why we need another governor in that office. Okay, and everybody know that I believe Pritzker would be a better governor. And I know the guy Kennedy is running. And I say that's a wonderful thing for Kennedy. And while we're talking about Kennedy, it was a press conference Chris Kennedy had, I believe it was Wednesday or maybe Thursday of last week, and of this week, it may have been this week, and he made reference that he felt that Rahm Emanuel is behind the gentrification of getting African Americans and minorities out of Chicago. And that's a far-fetched belief. People in the community are saying that that was a race card that Kennedy played because he's trying to win the African American vote. So he zeroed in on Ronner. He zeroed in on Rahm. Ronner zeroes in on Rahm. Trump zeroed in on Rahm. Now Kennedy is zeroing in on Rahm. And the people in the community are saying this. If you're not with the Democrats, one would feel like you're with the Republicans. And they're saying that sometimes Kennedy be making statements and he almost sounds like he's a surrogate for Ronner. I'm not saying it, I'm just sharing the conversation that people bring to me because I'm the urban translator. And I see where Garcia, he backs Kennedy's provocation. And we all know that Chuy Garcia ran against Rahm. He ran against Rahm for mayor, and he came in second. Well, there's no second place for the mayor seat. You got to win. So he supports that theory, and I'm saying to the public that for the sake of argument, everyone knows that gentrification is happening. And Chris Kennedy has been in Chicago a long time. This is the first time I heard him even make mention about the concerns of African Americans moving or being forced out of the city of Chicago. And I'm saying, where have he been? Okay, I'm quite sure after reading in the paper a while ago about what he was trying to do in Cleveland, and that didn't work out, and that was a gentrification move that Chris Kennedy was involved in. And I'm sure that's going to come up during the election. A lot of good things are going to come up. But one of the things that got my attention also was today's editorial page within the Tribune. And it states, Chris Kennedy's divisive fantasy. And what the editors said, he said, it's early. He said, it's early, but we hope the 2018 governor's race doesn't get any uglier than it did this week when Democratic hopeful Chris Kennedy, he hallucinated out loud about Mayor Rahm's secret plan to drive minorities out of Chicago. He said he hallucinated. I said, I got a call on the phone. Caller, Happy New Year's to you. And happy belated Hanukkah and a Merry Christmas. Could you please state your name?
Hey,
Okay.
Gator, I'm glad to see you back. This is Steve.
Hey, Steve.
From the old days down on 71st Street. Listen, Gator, what I want to ask you about this, and I'm quite sure you read today's Tribune, first section at the back, where they were talking about our sitting president, and where he said, your mama.
Yeah, I saw that.
For a sitting president, from Washington to now, I don't think we ever had a president like this.
Well, I agree with you. I gotta give me your opinion, so I can respond to you because I got someone that's coming onto the show.
Well, the thing is, we need to get our people out to vote. That's number one.
Correct.
People don't vote.
Correct.
But again, how can you sit around? Even the people don't want to vote when they see things happening, and the only thing they do is talk about it.
Right. You know,
But go
one
ahead.
of the things I want to say to you,
Yeah,
Chris,
Gator.
and let me make this comment right quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but I
No,
want to get right into the
it'd be
meat of what you're
pleasure to hear
saying.
what you got to say.
Okay, thanks, boss. One of the things is this, and I agree with Chris. I mean, Steve, you know, one of the things is this. We got to come in and get about and become about the business of voting. 2018 is a very serious election, not just here, but across the country. The
Yes,
only
it
way
is.
we're going to make a difference and stop the guy that's president talking about people's mamas is that we got to elect more Democrats to the
Yes, we
U.S.
do.
House of
And Gator,
Congress.
real quick, you got a platform. Please, every time you own, just mention vote, people. Let's vote. Gator, you're a hell of a guy. Let me tell you, it's so wonderful to see a guy do a change. It just shows you how we can change.
Thank you, man.
So, again, you just keep on doing what you do, but please, every show, mention people, please get out and vote.
I'm going to start right now.
Thanks for taking the
People,
call. Here?
you got it? People, please get out and vote. 2018 is a serious time to vote and elect Democrats instead of Republicans to the House and to the Senate. And that'll help checkmate Trump and get him out of there so America can become the country that it is, a great country. You know, and I'm saying that to say this. We can't keep talking and complaining and then we don't vote. Here in Illinois, we got a serious election. I'm saying come out and vote. Don't choke. Vote. We saw what happened in Alabama and it made a difference. Okay? Doug Jones became the senator because young African Americans and African American women came out over 95% to vote. And that's the first time they had a Democrat elected to the United States Senate in Alabama in 25 years. And I want to say this. Senator Jones was the same individual that prosecuted those individuals who bombed that church and killed those 4 little girls. So I want to say kudos to Alabama, and I want to say hurrah, hurrah, if we come out in the state of Illinois and across this country and vote in 2018. While I'm on the topic of the importance of us voting, some was brought to my attention as I read in the paper about this young brother getting killed and the lady getting killed and the police officer that did the killing. And it was brought to my attention by my son, Cod, that the young brother went to the grammar school that he went to. And my son shared with me how intelligent he was, how smart he was, and he let me know how much he was reading the newspaper when he realized, when he shared with me, and I realized that it was only because the young brother wasn't taking his meds that he went off. But COPA, C-O-P-A, the organization that the mayor has created to help investigate police shootings, came out and said that the shooting wasn't justifiable. Now the family and the community and other activists are demanding that a special prosecutor prosecute this police officer for murder. I'm just saying, if justice is meant to be served, God gonna see to it being served. And this case is so wild because I believe it was a week ago, the lawyer that was representing the city tried to make it where the young brother who was murdered was trying to make it where he was liable for the murder of the woman. And I want to say hooray, hooray to Mayor Rahm Emanuel that made sure that they dropped that motion that they filed in the court because it was crazy, it was ludicrous, and he didn't know that the law department had done that. And I've been screaming for months, asking the alderman as well as the mayor to check and see what's happening within that law department, because the city's law department, because they're doing a whole lot of things by hiring other law firms. It's like pinstripe patronage. So I want to thank the mayor for righting that wrong and make sure that they get rid of that. And like I say, if this officer should be prosecuted, I'm quite sure that would happen. And while we on that, I got one more minute and one more article I want to share with you. The investigators filed a suit in the infamous murder case. Well, this is an individual that used to work with the Independence Project, and they were the ones that was checking cases where individuals were wrongfully convicted because of the torture of John Burge. Before I get a call in here, I got another very special person, because as everyone else saw on Facebook, I got real ill and had to go to the hospital. And this young man has taken over the responsibility to help me get back in shape after the doctor made sure that my heart was okay. And so he got me in the gym, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. I called him Kahdmiel. But introduce yourself to them.
Well, my name is Kahdmiel Bradley. I went to Eastern Illinois University, where I not only got my bachelor's, but my master's as well in kinesiology and sports studies with a concentration in exercise science. And with those degrees, I would love to be a personal trainer and an exercise specialist. And a few years from now, my main goal is to have my own exercise facility. And I just want to say it was an honor for me to help my father get back into shape. It is a blessing for him to be my first client. And also, I just want to say, I started a movement called Still Not Satisfied. And it's just not for me, but it's for the people. And I just want to let everybody know out there that if you really have a dream and a passion, you have to do whatever it takes, no matter what. You can't get too relaxed. You can never settle and never get too comfortable, because 9 times out of 10, you're not the only one that's out there with your dream. It is thousands working towards that dream. So stop, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what is something I can do to make myself stand out? You should always strive for excellence and try to be the best that you can be.
And hey, this is a commercial. He's good at what he do. He got me putting my legs up and doing jumping jacks. I thought I was trying to moonwalk the first time I got to doing jumping jacks. But I want to say this here. I never thought or never envisioned that it would be my son that would bring me back to health if I was to get sick. A parent never think that. We whole move is, hey, we don't want to see you out there trying to hustle. We want you to go to school, get your education. We standing behind you and what your dreams and aspirations. And when I realized that he understood the lingo that the nurses and the doctors was talking in the hospital, and he told them, I may not have a heart attack. It may be something else. He knew what it was. I got a call on the phone. Caller, thank you for calling in. You're the second caller this year. If I had a bell, I'll ring it. But hey, your opinion is respected and protected, okay, and honored. So with that, please give your name and voice your opinion on this show. Caller?
My name is Kahdmiel Bradley.
Hey, Calvin.
And I'm calling to say to Leviticus, this is your uncle. You look just like your father, and I'm following the two of you. And
right.
Whatever I can do to help United in Peace, I'm ready to go.
Thanks, Calvin. Hey, This is card, but me and you gonna see Leviticus because you made sure Leviticus got here too. This card, this card.
Oh, that's not Leviticus. That's your other son.
Yeah, man. They grown up, man.
Well, I'm coming to see him too.
That's what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
talking about,
Yes, sir.
man.
Most definitely.
Hey, man, and we praying for you and Jessica. You follow what I'm saying? And thanks for calling, man, because you were in another town and where technology being what it is, you got a chance to view my first show of the year. You know, with me.
All right.
And hey, if it don't be for my son, man, beat me up in that gym, I wouldn't be sitting here today. So I'm really proud
Man. That's a blessing.
of him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I'm his first client.
Yes, sir.
And he's the first one that I brought on to my show for him to share with the world what his dream is and still not satisfied is the
Yes,
order
sir.
of the day.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, Calvin.
What your
All right. I got another caller coming in. Caller, please state your name because they're about to wrap the show up. Voice your
Mr.
opinion.
Bradley, this is Ray. I used to call every week.
Hey, Ray, Happy New Year's to you.
Oh, I want to say belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. And I want the gentleman sitting next to you,
Yes.
I just want to say I'm so happy for him. Finally, we get a guy up there that wants to do good. He could have done bad, but he did good, and he's going to do even better in a couple of years. So I just want to say I'm glad that I was going through the channels and I seen you because you're the main man. And I just want to say I'll be calling you every week from now on at the beginning of the show.
That's what I'm talking about, Ray.
So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, all the good stuff, and you and your family and your crew, you guys are all great.
Thank you, Ray.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. So, Con, you did intern with, what's the brother's name, Ryan?
That's right. I remember one of the best experiences of my life. right after my undergrad, I had got the opportunity to intern in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at Traction with former NFL great and is now NFL ESPN analyst Ryan Clark. And he definitely showed me the ropes. I got the opportunity to get my feet wet in the fitness industry. I started out, helping young kids and young adults train to get prepared for their upcoming seasons. And also, I got the chance to help out with some LSU football players and some NFL players as well. So that was definitely a great experience. And I want to give a big shout out to Ryan Clark. I just want to say thanks again for the opportunity. It taught me a lot.
And I got another caller, man. You hot. You going to be on tomorrow if I was on tomorrow. Caller, state your name. I got 3 more minutes. State your name, please.
My name is Ace Howard. I'm an artist from Hyde Park. I'm also a voting judge. And when you talk about telling people to vote, I applaud that 100%. We have a voter's registration card that we can use 2 times in 4 years. People have them. They're on their dresses. They're on the floor. They're in their wallets. But when it comes time to vote, I say, where's your voter's registration card? They don't have it. Now, I don't mind telling people that I'm a Republican. When I walk into the polling place and I say that I'm a Republican, everybody starts to shake because they used to steal the votes. And the judge that's supposed to be a Republican is really a Democrat in sheep's clothing. So I know the system. But we got to get more people out there that can say things about our city, our state, and our county. This is most corrupt in the country. And we can, with the vote, we can change the laws.
Right.
We can
We can
change
change
the
it.
ordinances. We can make herb legal on the street.
Right.
If
You know,
we all voted for the same thing.
I appreciate you. I don't mean to cut you off like another caller. But hey,
No problem.
individuals that want to be a judge during election time, whether you have to be a Republican judge or a Democratic judge, go get that money to judge and make sure that people get out there to vote. Ain't no sense you keep complaining it ain't a part of the system. You won't be a part of the solution. Caller, please state your name. Caller? Hey, you on?
Yes, sir. You hear me, sir?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my phone a little messed up right. secret kind of messed up, but this brother crazy.
Okay, Brother Crazy, come on with your statement, brother.
No, I just put into it just then. That's the only little piece I just heard. I just was going through a little difficult trying to show him, so I really ain't. I hear a lot of politics going on about politics, but I really know.
Okay, hey, well, I want to share this with you, brother. Are you registered to vote?
My ready to vote.
Hey, that means you are power. You follow what I'm saying? And so you got to make sure that you vote in this 2018 election, which is going to be March 20th. Okay, 2018. You be able to elect the next governor, the next attorney general, okay, the next assessor, committeemen within the district, water reclamation commissioners, a whole slew of individuals that you will have the power to elect and make them accountable to you. If you don't vote, you don't count. So I appreciate you calling in.
Oh, David, appreciate you, sir.
Okay. So, man, you want to share anything else? We got, look like 3 more minutes, man.
Basically, I'm like the motivational type, so whoever's watching this, no matter the age or nothing like that, if you have a dream or a passion, I just say give it 100% and then work hard each and every day. And most importantly, keep the faith, because each and every day God wake you up, it is a blessing. You already win.
Right. I know I know a couple of people that would be proud to see this show today, and that's, Bev and,
Most
you
definitely.
into, Bev and the Kim,
Yeah, most definitely.
So you want to give
Definitely.
a prayer out, a shout out to heaven to them?
Most definitely. I know I lost my Aunt Bev in 2015, one of the toughest losses of my life. And then last month, right? I
Yeah.
lost on my Auntie Kim. So, those are both my queens, man. So everything I do now, I'm doing it for them. I know they're looking down on me and smiling. So I'm going to do big things for them.
Man, thanks. Hey, this is something I want to share with everyone. I know I keep saying, I keep harping on it. The millennials are the ones that are going to make the difference. Bam. I give kudos to what Chance is doing and other millennials and other people like GLC that's getting into this entrepreneurship, that's getting into this health shift of eating, the vegan piece. And if you see GLC, tell them Gator says, I'm telling everybody, get that ism cake. Okay, Gator and Car is telling everybody get that ism cake. And when you have it, you're going to be saying cathedral, you're going to be saying ism, you're going to be saying all of that, And, wow, man, it's a good opening this year.
Appreciate it, man.
And I know you're going to work me tomorrow, so folks.
Oh, yeah, be ready.
All right.
8 in the morning.
If y'all see me in April walking around, man, like I got a 4-pack, I ain't looking for the 6-pack, just a 4-pack. That way, I won't have a 40 ounce. You know what I mean? So with that, I want to say again, to God be the glory. I want to say thank you, Terry. I want to say thank you, Can TV 21. I want to say, Calvin, thanks for calling in. I want to tell everyone thanks for calling in. And hey, we're going to be rocking this year. Because this year is going to make the difference around the world.
Yes, sir.
We ain't going to get chumped. Won't be no more Trumps.